Good evening, everybody. This is Thursday night Political Hot Seat. We're live with a call-in number of 727-8750. Once again, that's 727-8750. This is a live call-in show. Any questions? I do have a candidate here running for commissioner in the 5th District. Any questions for the candidate? Feel free to call in because I will probably not ask the questions that you will be seeking. I will also have a trivia question tonight, which I'll bring out in a little bit. Right now, I'd like to introduce our candidate, and this is Mr. Bob Howard. How are you doing?
Good, Bill.
Good.
Thank you.
Can you give me why you want to become a county commissioner?
Well, I've lived here since 1989. I bought my first property, and I'm just not happy the way things have been going in the county. We just haven't been making the right decisions, and we're not doing things we need to do to make the county better, get businesses in here, to keep businesses here. And just overall, I'm just not happy the way things are going. So I thought the only way to do is to run, and I voiced my opinion at meetings. I've gotten a few things done, not being a commissioner, but I can't seem to get the things done that need to be done. So I thought the only way to do it was get in here and fight and run for a seat. And
Right. Well, like you're running for county commissioner, but for the 5th District. So that does mean for the county, so that means you do have to probably compromise some with other commissioners on what they need done in their district to get something done in your district.
That's
it's
true.
always, people got to work together. Do you think you'd be able to handle this working together to?
Oh yeah, it's true. You have to work together because one person can't do it all. If the majority is not in agreement, then nothing gets accomplished. Just like what's happening up in Washington today. I think it's terrible the way things are going in Washington.
Well, yeah, you got 3 separate powers there, and they're all against each other. But like here in the county, if Lorenda Wickman wants something done up north, she needs to speak to at least get 2 of you to go along with it.
Right.
And then, like, if you want to get something done down in District 5, you're going to need to speak to at least 2 to go along with you. So it's kind of like reaching across the table. No matter what you need for your district, I need for my district. But as a county as a whole, we need to do something.
That's true. It's got to be a team effort. It can't be an individual effort. It can't be just something for my district. It's got to be something that's good for all the districts. What's good for the whole county, not what's just good in my district. So.
Right.
And I agree, Lorenda's got a real job up there. She's got a job that's tough. She's a tough gal.
I imagine how many square miles that is that she's got. Her area is
17,000 square miles.
Is that what hers is?
Yeah, I just seen on the next county commissioner where she went up to Washington, and out of 18,000 some square miles of Nye County, she covers 17,000 in her district.
Right, and even though that's not heavily populated, but she would need to represent all those people. It's just like District 5, is, we're probably now one of the more put together in one area type district because of Mountain Falls and Artesia and
right.
All that population growing up through there.
Yeah, you got not congested, but you got large population in a small area, where she has a large area with a small population.
Yeah.
But the thing that she has up there, which is necessary for the rest of the county, is you have all the mining and all that going on up there.
A lot of tax money.
A lot of tax money, a lot of jobs up there. So even though they're partially disseminated, we still have to support them, and it takes a lot of ground to do what they're doing up there. And I think we have to put our effort here to help them up there, as well as them up there helping us down here. So
Well, that's why there needs to be a compromise.
it has to be a
You know,
compromise. It always
it's got to
does.
be, you know, this is what I feel is best for my area from people who I speak to, and this is what you think is best. We need to, you know,
Right.
work together on this so we both get at least a little bit done, better than nothing.
Oh, yeah. Well, the thing is, you got to get it done in harmony. You can't get it done by fighting each other. You have to
Right.
give a little bit to take a little bit. And I think what you have to do is look at the verbiage, what it's saying, what you're trying to do, get as much background information as you can so you can make a good decision. I was in the computer industry. The last 20 years that I worked, I was in the computer industry. And what my job was there, they have a problem. It was my job to solve the problem.
Right.
So that's the same thing with this is. You got a problem, you got to work out a solution to it. And I don't always think a hasty decision is necessary. I think sometimes you need to sit back and think about it and talk to people and look at what's going to happen if you go this way or if you go that way, and then work out a solution for the two out.
Yeah, well, you know, that's the best way of doing it. It's too bad that more people can't do that, you know, but a lot of times everybody ends up in their own little clique and they don't want to go out there.
I have no clique. I have no association with any group, group of people, group organization, nothing. I'm standing alone, I'm on my own, and I usually make decisions on my own 2 feet. But then I take the other commissioners and let them give me input, and then based on their input, then I'll make my decision.
So how is it going for you? Is it going pretty well or pretty tough?
No, things are going quiet for me. I just can't get out and do yard work and paint the house or anything like that, so most of my stuff is inside now.
Oh.
I have somebody else doing the outside work.
Well, that's right. And over in District 5, as they changed the districts, which I get confused where all the borderlines are now and that, but, you know, they keep changing things around. Our district, according to what Sal Marino told me, people from District 5 are going to be voting at what used to be, what was it, the 9th grade academy over at the high school?
No, at first when I was in District 5, we was voting down at the Bob Root Center.
Right.
And then last year, I voted at J.J. Johnson Elementary School.
It's not there this year.
No, and then now we're going to be voting at the high school.
Yeah, the 9th grade academy. It used to be called a 9th grade academy.
Oh, is it
but
the 9th grade academy?
Yeah, it's hooked onto the high school, like, but it's
Right.
the part they don't use anymore, I guess. You know, so anyway, yeah, she wanted to make sure that I announced that people from like District 5, when you're voting, it's not that Johnson School anymore.
Right.
It's where the 9th grade academy or the high school is down on the side street there before you get to the high school.
Yeah, it's on Calvada Boulevard.
Yeah.
And I forget what the side street is there. But yeah, I did early voting, so I voted up at the county building. And so I'm not sure just where the high school that is, but when I get my ballot, I'll know where it's at.
Yeah, well, you know, there's been nobody in my family did we get a sample ballot for the primary.
Oh?
No, and my neighbors, they didn't get a sample ballot for the primary either. It's just that I always early voted, so I just went in and told them who I was and showed an ID, you know. But yeah, nobody, my wife, myself, my daughter, my granddaughter, none of us got a.
Are you on somebody's blacklist?
Everybody. But I always got all the other years, and I've had a few people through Prump, I don't know about the rest of Nye County, say that they didn't get a sample ballot either. So one lady called in last week and said that she didn't go vote because she didn't get the sample ballot, so she didn't know she was allowed to vote, you know.
Oh.
And the thing is if you know you're registered to vote, and everybody should get registered to vote, that's one thing. That's one of our main rights, is to go vote for who we wish. And that's the way to show what you want. You need to register to vote, and not only do that, you actually need to go vote. You know, and we got such a small population picking the leaders for the majority, and then you have everybody complain about.
If you don't vote, you got no complaint.
Right.
And the thing about voting is, it's fine being a Democrat or Republican, but when you vote, you should vote for what that person stands for. Whether he's a Republican or Democrat doesn't make any difference. See what his points of view is, where he stands, and that's the person you should vote for. And not voting is a shame, because what's going on in the world today, we should be so appreciative of our freedom we have in this country that it's just a crying shame that people don't appreciate and get out and make a vote so they can tell the people that's going to make the decision for them what they want. If you don't tell them what you want, how are they supposed to know?
Well, you know, the thing is, I used to always say, when the general election comes up, remove all the R's, the D's, the I's, and everything else off the names, just have the names there, and you would probably have half the people standing in the polling place not knowing how to vote because they can't find my candidate.
Change it, yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And because a lot of people just do go by that. I mean, they don't pay no attention what's being said or done ahead of time. They go down and vote because someone told them to vote, and then they just say, well, this is what party I'm in, so they go straight down the list. And anyway, people, this is a live call-in show at 727-8750. And after the first break, I will come back with a trivia question once I figure out a way to word it. And, you know, sometimes I'm not very good at that. But you are the candidate for the 5th District. And, you know, the whole county is relying on the county commissioners. I just don't understand. Maybe you got an idea. Why do we have such a hard time bringing businesses into Nye County?
Well,
just a second. Can we pick that up right after we go to this break? And we'll be right back after these advertisements.